quickly introduce Cintia. Cintia, okay, so Cintia, you have a PhD in oceanography from the University of Sao Paulo in Brazil, and then you moved to Denmark to work for the Department of Biology at the University of Southern Denmark in 2009. And for about the last 12 years, you have an experience in working with biodiversity, coastal and marine ecosystems and restoration. So you're going to introduce us to a case that you worked on in Denmark. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Riges and Chantal, for the introduction. So I'm going to talk about this case as a scientist, how I got involved on this. And I can see by the presentation of Jean-Baptiste, even though it was in a global perspective and industry, we have a lot of similarities here. Can you go back, Riges?
Yes.
So yeah, this is Vejle is a coastal city, and as I say, is the interaction with the local stakeholders. So that will be the case. Please, can you move? So we know that coastal cities, just to put it into the context of marine functional connectivity. Coastal cities have a lot of problems because we use artificial structures that work as barrier for the species. So as remembering Maria's talk on Monday, the species, they need free movement in the water and between the river and coastal water, for instance, to reproduce and to feed. And in this graphic here, we can show some of the barriers that you can have in a typical coastal city, which is some breakwaters that can interfere with the movement of food, for instance, and also reproduction, and float gates up in the stream that the fish cannot move up to reproduce. And in Denmark, we have a huge problem as well on top of that, that is the losses of habitats, coastal habitats that are key also. So we only have connectivity of species if we have the habitats to promote this connectivity. So we have lost a lot of habitats, and that's also the case of Vejle because of eutrophication and urbanization. So we lost a lot of key habitats there. And Vejle is also interesting because the sea level will rise 25 centimeters by 2050. So they have to work urgent with some solutions for coastal defenses. And they also want to, of course, restore nature and biodiversity and connectivity of species. But they didn't want, when I say they, is the municipality, they didn't want have a traditional hard structure as a coastal defense, build a wall, a concrete wall, or a dike. So they want to have, in the first place, a soft solution for this. How can we merge everything together? Can you move to the next, please? So the idea then, which I was involved, was to propose a competition of one idea that will get a prize for innovative ideas and ideas pushing boundaries to address all this, that what we ask for here, an adaptive coastal protection should be flexible, should not only aim for 2050, but also after that, a nature-based solution where we use the habitats, consider the connection, the connectivity of species and biodiversity, and it also has to fulfill the storm and flooding strategies with the climate change. So it was a very complex task that we were asking for. And this competition was designed firstly for architects and engineers, and then with some talks, I was trying to talk with the municipality. I have convinced them to include also artists with an anthropologist background and marine biologists. And we also emphasized that it will be an advantage to work in teams, because this is a very complex task. So if we have more minds working together, we'll probably get some more innovative ideas, right? So can you go back to, there's just one more. The project proposals, they were also anonymous. That was very important to get that, because we didn't want the jury to be influenced by large companies, architect and engineer companies. We want to be inclusive and also give the chance to small businesses. Please move. So just a little bit more of the type of stakeholders we had. So there was the jury, there was the mayor of Valle, the director of the municipality, and we also had some members of the municipality as juries, like biologists and engineers. They were not direct involved in the competition. It was another sector that we were working on. There was a citizen representative that was mostly covering the fishermen. We had art and culture museums and the building company. The advisory board was architect, landscape architect, artist, and myself. And our role as advisory board was just to provide the evidence-based knowledge for the jury to judge the projects, the entries that we got. So we got a lot of interesting projects, even though we have asked for innovative solutions. There were a lot of traditional projects. I think it was a complex task, but also some good ideas that dare to and take the risk and provide something different. So the process of judging these projects, who will be the 3 winners, it was based on 3 long days that we were discussing and providing presentations. And we started up in a very, how can I say, very neutral floor, where we come with, the advisory board comes with a lot of presentations, and it was a very open discussion, a participatory process between all these different sectors that was the jury. The funny thing, there was also the time again when we were judging the projects. They were mostly in the beginning of the process voting for more traditional projects, business as usual. And then we move towards the days of discussions to more innovative solutions. That's what we manage as scientists, to provide the knowledge for that. I can tell about some of the questions we had along the process. The mayor of Valle, he was very interested on the innovative ideas, and he just say, okay, but how long does it take? Does it take more than 4 years when we implement that? So he was very worried about the time. And funny enough, the municipality members, they were more practical, right? Can we actually implement that and get something out of it? While the building company, they were very keen on biodiversity, the connectivity of species, but they want also more practical numbers. How much CO2 these coastal habitats can capture if we restore them. They want some numbers, concrete numbers to negotiate. If you can go one more, biggest thanks. So I think in this process, we came from in the beginning of the days, from a fixed mindset where they were very reluctant to take the more innovative ideas, that in the end, we managed to, bring them to the growth mindset, where they were daring to choose for these very innovative ideas, including nature and fulfilling all the tasks. And the winner of this, the first prize winner of this competition was actually the group that used a team of architects, engineers, marine biologists. So that proved that when you make a transdisciplinary work, you can really move and get to very good ideas. Please, next. So just to show you the city I was talking about, this is the harbor front of Vejlefjord. So the winning ideas will ideally transform the harbor from this to the next, to this, where we don't have a lot of concrete, we bring water quality back, we bring reefs, boulders to plants to grow. We have the tidal marshes coming on the right, giving a more natural protection of the coast. And here you can see even fish is swimming in the water. So it was a very fulfilling and nice process to be involved in. And these ideas will now actually be tested and implemented and be used for these coastal protections in Vejlefjord. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So building on the activities that we were doing on Wednesday, we thought it would be interesting to show you again a poll. Okay, Cintia, what's your comment on this?
Yes, I think it's totally that the stakeholder engagement and participatory approaches, and also we had a very open dialogue, so that was really nice. And it was also physical meetings. We had that really allow us to go beyond, and people felt comfortable to ask us, the scientists, the questions that they need to hear to decide on this competition. So definitely that. Also cross-sectoral dialogue, that was also interesting. Yes, very good. That fits nice.
Thank you.
Can I, is it now the moment to make question to Cintia?
You can, yes. I mean, I actually also was planning to ask her a question on what was the biggest challenge and the biggest success. But let's go for your question first. See, no.
So I wanted to say that I really liked this example, and I would like to learn more. So I have, so the decision that were taken by that small group of people, were they mandatory? So the mayor of the city did it. So was he obliged to implement them? And then also a larger reflection. So what you have shown reminds me to citizen assemblies that are a mechanism of participatory democracy that are being proposed worldwide. And so, well, so I really enjoyed your example, because I'm also looking with details in the so citizen assemblies. And so in your example, it seems that the problem was well agreed by all people before. You knew that you had to do something. So this kind of put the pressure, we have to do something, we have to make a decision. But on other subjects, like the one that we have discussed in this course, there is not a problem which is agreed upon by everyone, because not everybody agrees that we should make a marine protected area, for example. So I think that the process you showed reminds me of citizen assemblies. So I would like to learn more to see if it can be repeated, but then how to arrive to an agreement to which is the problem to be solved. Oh, sorry, it was a little long.
Thank you very much. This problem, you are right. We came with a set goal. We want to have this soft solution. So I think that helped a lot for all the jury to be a little more open to different solutions. because it was already settled beforehand. And all of them, they had equal votes. Okay, the mayor and every member of the jury, they had equal votes. So that was also something that was kind of equity, right? Along the process, again, talking about how to advocate, we were neutral when we were asked to not be neutral in the beginning, but in the end, the very last day, they asked us, can you please tell us the 3 favorites of your judgment? And we told them, but it was very in the last day. There we could actually formulate a little bit better why we choose those projects. And the end, they were not decided yet. They were all surprised. What? There was one with artists and arts, and they were really, no, let's not go for that. Even the biologists say, no, I don't believe in it. But in the end, with a lot of talk and questions, we really managed to shift their minds, and they were open. So, but I think there is a lot of influence, one influence each other. So that was also my experience on that. But it was very, very also a learning process for me to work with so many different backgrounds, right? So it was, but a good thing in Denmark is that, okay, this municipality did, so all the other municipalities will copy the same template and will apply, and it will become something national at some point. So that is there's a lot of positive things about this process, yeah.
Thanks a lot.